I'd like to introduce now Julia Romano, FIT's current president of the union.
Thank you, Mike. When Jeanette asked me to say a few words, I also, of course, was honored, but I didn't realize how difficult it would be. So, I will ask you to bear with me. My relationship with Lou, I've been at FIT for 33 years, and for almost all of those years, I've had a relationship with Lou Stollar. As someone said to me the other day, Lou is larger than life. And how do you talk about and have other people know about such a man? He had a vision of what the workplace should be like. He had a vision of what employees should have in their workplace: a voice, good benefits, good pension. And together with Marvin Feldman in the early years, he convinced Marvin, as only Lou could convince people, that to have a really good college, you needed a really good contract, so that people felt that they were well taken care of, and they didn't have to worry about the basic necessities, and they could be as creative as they needed to be, and develop their students as much as they could. And that was pretty much his passion and his goal in life. Before I go on and ramble on, let me say a couple of things about. So what he built at FIT was an amazing union. From the very beginning, he had the foresight to have us be one unit. There was no distinction between classroom faculty, staff, technologists, full-time, part-time. He was smart enough, and I don't know how, but he was smart enough to put us all together in one unit. And the genius of the man was he worked on building unity in all those years, because it's one thing to have a piece of paper that says you're all together, but he imbued us all with the spirit of we need to work together. And it was through his example that he made that happen. I cannot tell you how many times during negotiations there was one issue that was outstanding and it only affected one group, and Lou had the ability to rally us all and say, hey, you know what? It may be one group, it may be a small group, but it affects all of us and we're hanging tough. And he was really, really able to do that, and very few people are able to do that. Beyond FIT, he had a tremendous impact, and I think people may not know this, nationally. He was a member of the AFT Program Policy Council, and one of his great passions there was equity for adjunct faculty, for part-time faculty. He was the one, I think he was the voice, and most would agree. He talked about it so much, he badgered people so much, that it came to the forefront of AFT. The Program Policy Council took it on as their cause, and as a result, all over this country, adjuncts have better working conditions. And it can really be traced back to Lou Stollar and his passion for this, for making things equitable for everyone. Just the other day, one of our adjuncts here at FIT came up to me and said, and this particular individual was a thorn in Lou's side, to say the least. The guy was really annoying. And he gave Lou a lot of saurus, I think is that the right word? Okay. He did do that. And he came up to me and he said, you know, I saw Lou at the Christmas party, and I was able to go up to him and tell him that despite the differences and despite how I was in the early days, I really appreciate what he did for this college and what he does for adjuncts. And I was so moved by that, but I was also so grateful that Lou heard that. I think he knows that he was loved by all of us at FIT. But so often we don't tell people that we love, how much we appreciate them, how much we love them. And it just made me feel very sad, but it made me feel so good that he was able to hear that. The other thing that I'm very grateful for is that when we had his retirement party, people got up and spoke about him and talked about his wonderful work. And he heard that too, because so often people don't get to hear that. The last thing I want to mention is, of course, his role in New York State. He served as the election district director for all the community colleges in New York State. And here today, there's folks representing those community colleges. He mentored them. He helped them organize. He helped them write contracts. He helped them negotiate. He was a mentor. He was a dear friend, always available on the telephone, not only to us at FIT, but also all over the state. I can't tell you how fortunate I feel personally to have known this man and worked with him. And I think I speak for all of our members. The UCE is Lou Stollar, and it will always be Lou Stollar. I want to thank Jeanette and Mark and Jessica and grandchildren for sharing him with us all these years. I know we took him away from you maybe a little bit more than we should have, but thank you so much.